Hi everyone, Frank here with a tip for passing your PMP exam. So if you've started studying for your exam, you know that there's a lot of different material that you have to learn, and the questions aren't really trick questions, but sometimes they're bloated. And today's tip is always read the PMP questions backwards. What do I mean by that? Well, let's look at this example here. Always start by looking at the answers first. That tells you what the question is really asking and what the question is about. PMP questions are notorious for being bloated and full of information that has nothing to do with the question. It's not really a trick question per se, but it's full of unnecessary information. So this question here is, the answers are project charter, scope statement, project management plan, organizational, process assets. So we know right off the bat this question has nothing to do with a formula, no calculation. It's basically a process, a work process type question. Let's read the question real quickly, and let's just see how much unnecessary information is stuffed into this question. Dave is managing a new project to create a radio-operated model plane. Has nothing to do with the answers. The project budget is set at $200,000. Has nothing to do with this question. And the project must be completed within 6 months of the starting date. Has nothing to do with the question. The initial document authorizing this project and giving Dave the authority to apply organizational resources to the project activities is called. That's the question. So all this stuff in the beginning is totally a waste. It has nothing to do with the question. And we knew that because the question was asking us about, what is a charter or scope statement or project management plan? We knew it was that type of a question. And the question here is obviously project charter. The initial document authorizing a project, giving authority to a project manager, of course you know this if you're studying for your PMP, is the project charter. This is a great example, and there are many, many questions like that. We can look at one more. Okay, let's look at another example. So here we have a question, and the answer is numerical. So we know right off the bat that this is going to be a calculation question. And it also helps not just to read the answers first, or at least look at the answers to get an idea of what type of question it is. It's also a good idea to read the last sentence or so to try to figure out what's the actual question, then go back and read the information. Because by the time you read all the info and then get to the question, you'll have forgotten kind of the input. So it's helpful to say, okay, what is the question? And the question is, what is the estimate at completion if the future work of the project is performed at the budgeted rate? So the real question here is, what is the estimate at completion? And we know that that's the question, and also these are the answers. These are the possible answers. So now that you know that that's the question, you can go back and read the details and pull out the details that you need to answer the question, as opposed to reading this paragraph and then forgetting, and then getting to the question and then forgetting and having to go back and pull out the data. It's very helpful to start backwards through all the PMP questions, especially as the text gets thicker and thicker. You know it's full of useless information. So that's today's tip for practicing for your PMP and getting ready for your exam. Good luck, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you.